Welcome back to the pregame show on AABaseball.tv. Dominic Stern with Jaxx Groshans, leading backstop for the Lake Country DockHounds. Been a terrific year for you, Jaxx. Hit your 7th home run last night. What's worked for you at the plate?
For me, it's just been staying consistent, and I know that sounds very vague, but me and my dad put in a lot of work this offseason, basically just trying to keep my path and everything, straight towards center field. If I catch a little bit early or late, it's going to hit the gaps. So if I can stick with that approach throughout the whole year, then we'll be good. Yeah. And it seems like it's been working so far.
Yes. It's the most home runs you've hit in any professional team. You hit more home runs in 2021, but you spent time at high and low A. Has it been a consistency factor with the DockHounds, just being able to stick with a routine that's helped you out this year?
The biggest thing for me, honestly, is in 2021 when I had that good year between low A and high A, I was actually getting consistent at bats. 2022, I wasn't getting consistent at bats. And depending on whatever the situation may have been, now I'm here, and it seems like, Huck and the rest of the coaches believe in me, and I've been given that opportunity to showcase my abilities every single day and, to be consistent and to help the team. And I think that's really like the biggest thing is I've been able to get in a consistent groove for the entire year, and it's felt very comfortable.
Part of the coaching staff was actually your dad, Thomas.
Yeah.
He was here for a couple of weeks. How cool is it to play for your dad professionally?
That's something that, I know it sounds weird, but, I kind of trying to find things that I can hold over my brother. I mean, obviously he's in the big leagues and I'm here, but I have been able, that's one thing he's never done. Is my dad's never been able to coach either of us professionally, so whenever that opportunity came up, I 100% encouraged him to take it. And funny enough, I actually hit a home run against Gary, his first game here. So that's something that I'll be able to forever cherish,
Yeah.
It's a sweet moment.
And you got to play in front of him this past week in Texas. Your first real professional season in action there in Texas. Also got to play in front of your family, hit a home run, had a good series, played 4 games. How cool is it to play near home?
It was nice. It was a little bit of a comfort factor. It was hot. That just is what it is, but it was nice being able to see, like, my grandmother was there, a bunch of my dad's lesson kids and players from his summer team that he's going to be coaching this summer, got to come up and actually see me play live in action. And it was nice just to be able to know that they were there. Seeing my dad around helps me a lot, just not even from like a mechanical standpoint or anything, but I don't know, just comfort, I guess. And him being there and being able to see me showcase and do what we worked on the whole year and actually have it pay off. So
for sure. And it was good that you were able to be healthy for that series, because the health, I don't want to say it's been a problem because it hasn't been, but you're a catcher, and for a while you were the guy. Tyler Hill's been doing great as well as you,
100%.
And that's been able to give you some more rest. But you missed 9 games earlier this season when you got hit by a hit-by-pitch deflection. You've taken a couple of pitches off the thumb. Yeah. It wasn't going well for you physically, and it wasn't your fault early on. How good has it been to get your feet underneath you over the last 2 months and allow yourself to really get comfortable both at the plate and behind it?
It's nice. Obviously it's kind of just part of it as a catcher. Nobody likes to get smoked like that, but at the end of the day, and actually my catching coordinator when I was in Boston put it perfectly, is catchers are servant leaders. You know what I mean? So no matter what happens to us, if all goes well, then we push, the credit to somebody else. If something goes wrong, then we're the ones who wear it. And it's been nice to actually be able to have somewhat, I guess I'm not going to say it's 100% because I've still got little things, my pinky especially. I've gotten smoked a couple times recently, but it's nice to be able to be somewhat healthy and actually comfortable a little bit back there. Working with Huck the last couple of weeks, and actually the month and a half, has been very beneficial. He's taught me a lot of things, especially about game calling, my throwing, framing, the whole thing. So it's all great.
Yeah, former Boston Red Sox major leaguer Ken Huckabee, World Series champion. How cool has it been to work with a former major league catcher over the course of several years? Did a lot of coaching in the Blue Jays organization as well. Coached your brother Jordan for a little bit. How cool has it been to work with him? Because your play behind the plate has been getting better, especially over the last month and a half.
Yeah, it's been something he's been consistently drilling away at me for. And he's hard on me, you know what I mean? But I wouldn't trade that for the world, just because I know the value of, the experiences and the times that he's spent in the big leagues, and I know that if I want to get up there, then he's going to be a resource that I 100% need to indulge in, and I feel like I have. So he's smart, man, and he's relentless with it, and he stays on me and Tyler, and just for us to be the best, that we can be back there. And it's been a very, very profitable source of information.
Yeah, one of the cool things about you, because you're just 25 years old, you're very young,
Yes,
especially for a catcher, to be one of the leaders on this team. Blake DeBerry, who is certainly also one of those leaders, calls you Cap. And, of course, your name is Jaxx, so I call you Captain Jaxx.
Captain Jaxx.
It's cringy, but I think it fits. How have you made others feel comfortable with this team so that they view you as a leader?
It's new for me. I've had some experiences in my past where I wasn't the greatest teammate. So for me, being here this year, it's really been a journey of self-discovery. I've kind of had to look back and really examine all the wrongs that I made early in my career and how I acted. And being here this year, being able to be called Cap, whether it's a joke or whether they actually mean it, is a tremendous honor for me, because I feel like I can go to any of the guys in the locker room and I can tell them what's going on with me that day, or if something isn't right, and I can get honest feedback from people who care. And I think that's really the biggest thing this year, is just being able to share my burden with my teammates and know that no matter what happens, good or bad, that they're going to have my back. And it feels great. If they truly think of me as their captain, then there's no greater honor for me. Just going to battle with these dudes every day. I mean, look at what we've done. Mm-hmm. We started the season 4-13. We finally just climbed over the 500 mark for the first time last night, and I think we're going to keep going, just because we have the new additions, and we had Dustin Woodcock, who is going to be a very, very good bat for us. As he warms up. Curtis Scary Terry has been going absolutely incredible, insane. There's a lot to look forward to.
It's been really cool watching this team grow, because the pieces have always been there, but there's been more pieces that have come in.
A lot of
and
additions.
they've fit.
100%.
Sometimes they don't always fit, but they fit. And you mentioned it, over 500. Do you, team and personal wise, have any goals for the last 19 and then hopefully some more games after that?
I want to go on a run like we did right before the All-Star break. Okay. You know what I mean? And I think with this team, because in that locker room, it doesn't matter what color jersey steps on the field or who comes into town. We want people to be afraid of us, right? And we are playing with that fire and that intensity. Like last year's team, I feel like, and it's not knocking or anything, but people came into our ballpark and they thought that they were just going to roll over the team. And I'm pretty sure, I may be mistaken, but I'm pretty sure teams don't feel the same way this year. So I want to keep it going. At the end of the day, I came here to Lake Country. I could have gone to a couple different places, but Tom reached out to me and asked me if I wanted to be here. And from the moment I've stepped foot in Nakanomawak, it's been to win a championship. You know what I mean? So I haven't won a championship or a ring in my career, and I want to.
Yeah, well, it seems like now could be the time to do so. We got 19 more games left, currently in a playoff spot, but anything can change. So wishing the best of luck to you as well as the rest of the guys for the last 19, and then hopefully some more games, Jaxx.
Hopefully some more.
Thank you so much for your time, and
Absolutely.
Stick with us, AABaseball.tv. We've got the first pitch coming up, 6:35 p.m.
Thanks, sir.